to some old-fashioned magic we call imagination. Right now, we're leaving the world of today behind. So if your imagination is ready, here we go.
Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Yes, that's right. It's time for Sarcastic Distractions, the interesting podcast for interesting people. Featuring, as always, the Gentlemen's Society of Podcasting. Myself, Harvey.
When Chris was a young woodhawk. Very nice.
We're getting sued after this episode.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get flagged for
Local
sure.
podcast gets sued by Disney. Come on, think about how many people would start listening.
I can't wait. My heterosexual life mate, Dave.
Hello.
We don't talk about Dave. No. We don't talk about Dave.
Oh my word. And the ever-loving, ever-musical AJ.
And now, our feature presentation.
Oh wow!
What the hell? You pulled all that shit out.
That was impressive.
That's amazing.
Okay.
You like my transition music
Lord.
from Hannah Montana?
Oh my word. That's fantastic.
You find some of the most random shit when you just Google X soundboard, like
Right.
Disney soundboard,
Yeah.
and then it takes you to this website that has like all these little buttons that you just push and their sounds.
And
this was a Disney one, and it had like 15 Hannah Montana episode transitions.
wow.
Where it was like that.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
It was wonderful.
That is. And yeah, that is absolutely on brand. Exactly what we're talking about. What? Our topic today is something that we may or not get in trouble for. We're going to talk about the decline of Disney.
Well, that's your perspective of Disney.
Yes.
Gosh,
it is.
guys, I'm here to kill you.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk at least the history of Disney over the last 12 years mainly, but
Okay.
we'll talk about everything.
But to say only 12
essentially.
years. Oh, that's
Well, there's a reason, because that's when certain things happened when they bought Lucasfilm. And
Side note, before 12 years ago, did you know that Walt Disney's dad grew up in Godrich?
I did not know that.
no,
did.
I
That
did
is
not know
amazing.
that either.
Walt Disney's dad grew up in Godrich, and I believe he spent Mr. Disney himself spent some time there.
Oh,
Wow,
nice.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
I learned that on the Tiki Talkies.
That is crazy.
There you
Sometimes you learn stuff on that app, you know?
Sometimes how to dance, stuff about Walt Disney.
Yeah.
I love it.
Nice.
That's
How to
fantastic.
floss to the Bare Necessities song.
Yeah. So Disney did have they still do, I guess, to a degree, but a reputation for quality and excellence within their programming for a very long time. I don't know if that is true of what they're producing as of today.
I feel like they fell off after The Lion King.
The original Lion King?
I'm talking. That's when I feel like the quality was.
Really?
Well, now, okay.
Really?
That was the last movie that was they used hand
Hand-drawn.
drawings.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah.
What was after that?
I don't even know.
Nobody knows.
Well, because I'm trying to think, because that was 92.
'Cause I think Aladdin was before that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Was it 93, 94?
somewhere. I guess
like
that is around the right time.
Because here's the thing that I'm realizing, shortly after that was Pixar, right? We got Toy Story.
That's when Disney bought Pixar from Apple.
Right, and then that changed the course of their animation.
Yep.
Oh. Well, that's
And that's
an interesting
They
dynamic.
started
to the
focusing
story.
more on that computer 3D thing
CGI.
than the hand drawn
Drawing.
2D.
Okay, so
Kinda stuff.
you've been feeling like
Oh, I've been
on the
Oh,
deep
a lot
side.
of
sour
it's that
at
way.
Disney
Yeah.
ever since.
I-
Grr.
To me, though, that's just to cut off real quick. To me, that's one of those things we can't even really pick on Disney. The entire industry has gone
moved
down that.
way. I mean, Disney kind of pioneered it in that
Disney
regard.
pushed it, man. Disney pushed
Yeah,
Yeah, don't
but
disagree,
you're right.
but-
The world did go in that direction.
Like it's one of those catch-22s. I watch the old '80s flicks with any sort of effects. If I have my fingers up, effects, and it's one of those. They look good, but
Yeah.
again, I know that they're fake. Whereas you
Right.
see a lot of the ones where they did the mid-90s again. It's just they
Practical
tried to get into that digital, and it was so
Well,
raw.
it's because before that they were doing mostly practical, and
Yeah.
then what they would do for let's take Star Wars for instance. They'd do the rotoscoping where they would draw on over top of the film cell itself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Made it look like it was on the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
And then they did shit like Lawnmower Man.
Right. That was them.
That was terrible.
Fucking
I don't know
great
if that
movie.
was them.
Amazing movie.
I don't know if that
Not
was
just
Disney.
kidding.
I don't know if
No,
that was
think
Disney.
Disney.
That might have been like Touchstone or some
Or
stupid shit
Mulan,
though,
yeah.
which is owned by Disney.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Right?
Well, Disney owns everything now, don't they?
Disney's had their fingers in
Yeah.
but Disney's had their fingers in pies forever, man. I remember
That's
going
true.
to before I think it's called Hollywood Studios now, quote
Mhm.
unquote. Before that, it was called MGM Studios, right? That was your movie area of Disney World. So first of all, it was MGM.
Mhm.
They had their sticky fingers in MGM somehow.
Mhm.
They had a Indiana Jones adventure stunt
So
show or
LucasArts
whatever.
Some way, somehow. Oh, ILM probably.
No, that's owned by Paramount.
Oh.
Yeah, or
Okay.
it was at one point.
Yeah.
It was distributed by Paramount anyway.
All right.
So Paramount.
Yeah.
And then all their Touchstone properties, like you had Roger Rabbit, and then when you took the backlot tour,
Right.
you saw you could see the Golden Girls house and shit like that.
Dude.
Oh yeah, they've had
Yeah,
their fingers in the pies for a while.
That is very true.
I always think of it as kind of recent, I must admit, so I'm wrong on that one.
Well, I think
ABC's always the TV channel.
Yeah.
ABC's always been owned by Disney.
Buena Vista was a parent company for a while. I'm sure if they
Buena
still are or not.
Vista, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you'd get the
Yeah,
the Disney logo
all of it.
with Buena Vista.
Yeah.
But even shit like
Yeah, they own ABC.
I think
a whole bunch of other
like
companies.
shit like Full House and all that
Yeah.
shit was all
I think produced through
Touchstone.
them and some
Touchstone and Buena Vista and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So the reach is large and wide, but
But lately,
buying, Marvel,
That's
and
really what irritating.
LucasArts has, in my opinion, not been the best outcome so far.
are we going to start there?
I mean, so we can start before because, so
So
full bias here. I've never really ever been a big fan of Disney's. My favorite property Disney's ever produced from when I was a childhood, when you go to nostalgia, was the show Gargoyles. I thought that was
fuck yeah, it's
the
still good,
fucking
man.
best show.
they had great cartoons back
Yeah,
then.
and I won't knock
even
it,
their stupid ones,
the
like
Darkwing
fucking
Ducks and shit,
Rescue
Tailspin.
Rangers,
Yeah,
Tailspin.
they were fun. There was good stuff, and I remember as a kid appreciating certain movies like Bambi and Snow White and whatever. But eventually, I remember growing up seeing them. They kind of had the same
but
things happen. I was like, oh, those.
You appreciate those movies for a completely different reason than some other people appreciate those movies, I'm sure. Because
Probably.
it's the art of the filmmaking itself.
Right.
It's the
appreciate.
amount of work that it took to create an animated feature film back then.
Absolutely. When I think of Snow White being their first film and the work that went into making that film back in the
fucking
day,
ridiculous,
holy
man.
shit, man! Like that, and to do it like that was everyone told Walt, like, you're stupid, you're crazy, this is not going to
Yeah.
work. And it's like, hold my cigarette, and then he did, and then he fucking.
Hold my Bierstein.
The guy was a fucking rebel, right? The guy was a total rebel making animated films to the heights that they are today, however he did that. And I know there's a lot of questionable things about him and yada, yada, yada. We can get into that another day. That's not today's conversation.
Hey, Disney?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was where they started. And, whenever leadership changed, when Walt passed away, maybe we could talk about how they maybe shifted gears.
Well, they've done that quite a bit because even
That
trying
was
to
like
make
the Eisner years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've gone and done like Disney Worlds, things like that. Like they've always been growing and growing.
Yeah, but now this is what I'm talking about. I think across the board we're starting to see the decline because they are declining everywhere. Like theme parks are closing. Their stock just went
What
down.
closed?
They're just closed that Galaxy cruise, the Star Wars cruise
Yeah,
thing.
the Star Wars
and
cruise thing.
they're
It's
closing a
because
bunch
they're-
of other ones. Actually, they just did a thing on July 4th. There was like nobody at the parks, which is just
shit.
crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like it's because you just proved to everybody how much money you have, and now you're trying to get that money from me.
Right.
Right? Because I remember going to Disney when I was a kid, and I'm sure it wasn't cheap for my parents.
No.
But I don't think it was the prices it is now, man. I think
No,
it was
no.
like maybe $30 to $70 per person to get into a park. Now
Sure.
it's like
Wow.
200 and something to get into a fucking park
For the
for
base.
a person.
Yeah, for the base.
for the
Yeah.
base part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On record, I think. I mean, essentially, Disney wants people to pay upwards of $10,000 for vacation these days,
Fucking
which
ridiculous,
is insane.
man.
And you got to understand, like they don't like locals don't go hang out at Disney. Right?
Oh,
They
God,
expect
no.
people. I mean, maybe
think
that's not their business is tourism. They
Yeah.
expect out of
In
towners.
Florida, yes.
Yeah.
I think in California, Disneyland, it's different. I think Disneyland is like local people do still go
Sure.
there and hang out.
Sure, but ultimately they're a tourist based
Yes,
company. They
yes.
want people there, so they kind of want those whales to come out. That they can.
I'm glad my kids aren't into fucking Disney.
Yeah. We did it
Yeah.
the once. I'm happy we did it. I don't think we would ever do it again.
Yeah, it's never been on my bucket list. Well, that's not true. Sorry, when they did the whole Galaxy's Edge thing, the whole thing you can go do the Jedi
the Star Wars
Academy
shit.
and you get
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Then I'm like, okay.
For us, it was the Harry Potter.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool too. Yeah, but like that.
See,
that's
I'd pay
almost
money to
got
go to
me.
Universal Studios before I'd pay money to go to fucking
Yeah,
Disney
For
World
sure.
now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I went to both when I was a kid, and I thought Universal was better.
I did enjoy the Universal.
I thought it was more fun.
I've been to Universal a couple of times in LA, and I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah.
So I've never been to Disney, so I
It's
can't
less
compare.
It's less kiddie
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Seemed like it was
than Disney, right?
Yeah.
Disney's very yes, it's fun for the whole family, but it's really geared towards kids from like 3 to 10.
Yeah. And again, what are they trying to do? They're trying to get the kids all riled up to buy something. And I really
Right.
want. But again, any amusement park's doing that, so can't really throw
Yeah.
Disney under that bus.
That's true.
And I think Universal's now going to have the Super Mario Land, which is
They
even
do.
more enticing to want to go to Universal.
Yep.
Again, I even as a kid, I never really clicked with those. Yeah. Even now, I just don't. Don't get me wrong. We had a good time as a family a few years back, but I'm very happy that the person who really wants to go is my wife.
Yeah.
What I feel like I'm learning is Dave's not a fan of themes, theme restaurants, theme parks, theme parties.
Yeah. No.
I can't say that. I just got back from Vegas.
True.
Mind you, it's changed too much, but that's a whole other episode.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So Disney, by all rights, is not doing as well as they once were. 2023 was their worst year in movie releases in the history of their business.
Question.
Yeah.
So worst year in the sense of how much they made, or the general
Yeah,
what
how much
people
they
thought?
made. They didn't
Okay.
make back anything. Every movie that came out
put
was
up.
pretty much a flop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
I don't even
gotcha.
know. I couldn't even.
I don't
tell
even know
you
what they came out with.
Yeah.
I mean, it just got
Yeah.
high.
The last
They came
thing
out with
I-
that? Wow.
The last thing I remember them coming out with was like Moana, and that was the last big. Oh no, the Encanto.
Oh, Encanto's, yeah.
That-
Yeah, a
that-
lot of them have been released for streaming services because they shifted to that model since the pandemic.
Oh, yeah, they have
which
been a
makes
lot more.
sense.
Yeah.
But now they're trying to kind of shift back to the big screen, and people aren't necessarily buying in anymore. So that's why they're,
I guess we'll see how this Inside Out. 2
Well, that
movie-
actually, so that's interesting. You said that Inside Out 2 was a success for them. I think it crossed $1 billion. It was their first film since something in 2022, I think.
Is that
Really?
Which one's the
Yeah.
Inside Out?
Really.
Inside Out 2, the
People in the
emotions
brain with different emotions?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
No different emotions. in the brain.
And a lot of people equate it being a success to because Disney returned to form, right? Doing more of what they're very
their
good at.
legacy.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, right?
I shouldn't call it
They
legacy, but yeah,
they didn't break the mold, right? They just made another really great classic Disney film in the way that they made the first Inside Out. And I think that's speaking to the fans. When it comes to Marvel, I mean, we've seen kind of what happens after Endgame. It's been hit or miss with the films that they've released since then. Like I think Guardians 3 was
I was gonna say,
probably
what
the
films
best
did
one.
they release after that?
The Marvels, which did not do well
Yeah, I didn't see
at
that.
all. Then there's been the Sony ones, but I guess that's a bit of a separate entity. But those have not been.
I have a suspicion I'm going to like the Wolverine one coming soon.
I'm sure that's going to be great.
I think that's going to save something.
Well, there's a reason why that I think I understand why that's going to be
He's-
a fantastic film.
He's the Marvel Jesus.
Yeah, for sure. But it's
Plus Deadpool.
Yeah, he's the Marvel Jesus.
Oh, Deadpool's the new Marvel Jesus?
that's what they call him in the trailer. Yeah.
It's a joke in the
Yeah,
movie.
Gotcha.
I think it's going to be a fantastic film, and but I think it's because they're getting to make it the way they want to make it because they have the leverage in the situation that they're in.
To a degree.
Yeah, they're going to have to incorporate certain elements.
If they were allowed
for
to
sure.
make it the way they wanted to make it, they'd have allowed to have jokes about cocaine.
Well, we might have that.
Well, there's always rules.
No, we're
in
not.
general.
We're not.
Oh, lame.
Yeah, there's always
Did
rules.
you not see the trailer where fucking there's
No,
the,
I've
the
only seen the
conversation between Al and Deadpool where they're saying fucking Kevin Feige said no.
Oh,
You can't talk about the
right.
cocaines?
Yes.
Yeah, but again, that's more of less. I wouldn't blame Disney per se for that. Because that's more
I
of the
would.
society.
What are you talking
itself.
about?
No,
I
I
literally
would.
just watched the second one. What does he do as soon as he's oppressed? He takes a big kilo of cocaine, puts it in his mask, and smacks it in his face, and just lays back there and gets high. Right? Like so.
That's a fair argument.
You know what
wonder
I
why
mean?
They would take it out then because they made it then before.
I don't know.
Because it's it's Disney's still trying to hold on to this image.
Yeah. So what they've got with this, it's called the DEI initiative,
DEI.
diversity, equity, inclusion. So their leadership, it's seemingly from, I mean, I don't know how you could argue differently, are putting these elements at the forefront of their projects.
Well, I can see that for a kid's project. I don't want kids seeing a video of some, their animated character smoking cocaine. But if I'm going to go watch
for sure.
Deadpool, like, come
Right.
on.
Well, that's it, right? They're blanketing everything.
Yeah.
Every parent in every Disney animated movie, at least one of them is dead.
That's true.
Huh?
Is that true? Except for Inside Out.
Think about it.
It's
Yeah,
a lot.
okay. But is that a Disney movie or is that Disney Pixar?
Oh, you're
That's
right. Actually,
Pixar.
there is.
Bambi's mom's dead.
Well,
Right.
yeah.
The fucking Snow White
Yeah.
doesn't have any, only has
Parents.
one parent. It's either a king or a queen.
Mm.
Right? Same with
Cinderella.
Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella.
Yeah, that is interesting.
yeah.
They're the dead parents. I didn't think about
Well, you
that.
need to
There's
have
always-
a
there's always a
essence
dead person.
story.
It is
Well, yeah, there
tough,
is always
yeah.
a. Yeah, I think you probably thought of that a lot.
How
of
much you
movies.
want to bet?
And women are always being sexually assaulted.
How much you want to bet? Yeah. How much you want to bet? First meeting in a boardroom for any new project at Disney would go like this. Okay, we start off with the dead mom.
Okay, so the
Or
character's mom's
father.
dead.
Again, if it's a son, you can play the
Oh,
dead
you got
father.
to do the father. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Yeah, they did that in that Brothers movie too.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Disney. I think when it comes to the Marvel films, they don't have a really good. I don't know what's coming out, but I'm not excited by much of it. The X-Men '97 show, I will say, was pretty decent, although I haven't finished off the last 3 episodes. But for what it's worth, it did its job.
There's cursing in it.
Ooh, nice.
There's cussing in that show.
yeah.
They say stuff like hell. Ooh, that's
So I have a
Disney
question
cuss.
though, and
Sure.
maybe we're going to get to this, but to me that just sounds like any studio. Like to my mind, there's never been a studio that can be 100% top notch. So any studio is going to have the variety on what you like, don't like.
I think part of the problem is though is you at one point you had Disney as its own entity, right? This fluffy, sugar coated fucking
Oh, the
la,
pure
la, la,
Disney.
la 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 la. But then it buys all these other properties and it starts sprinkling this stupid fucking sugar coating on all of them,
Right.
Because they're associated with that main
Okay.
name of Disney,
Fair.
right? So you're not allowed
Yeah.
to do this in a Marvel movie. Why is that? Well, because we're owned by Disney.
Right.
Oh, you can't say this on Family Guy. Why is that? Because we're owned by Disney.
Right.
Right? They start putting
They-
these
They
boundaries.
kicked out ICP back in the day.
Yeah, they've also erased certain things just because of whatever. Like, I love the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. There's a couple of episodes where they try to recreate the Lethal Weapon movies.
One of them goes blackface.
They
don't
do,
they?
yeah, all of them do.
Yeah, those episodes don't exist anymore.
They're not on the Disney Network, but and the point is, like, it's all satire. It's supposed to be these assholes being assholes, right? That's the funny thing. But then they just don't
that was
allow it
that was
because
something
of
completely
blackface.
different though, because Netflix did the same thing.
Yeah,
with an
I was
office.
Right, that's across the board.
I was
It's
saying
not
that's not a
episode,
Disney.
yeah.
That is us as a society. Really, we should be having. I don't mind necessarily an option
no.
being
That's not
provided.
us as a society. That is companies catering to an audience.
Disney's whole mindset is whatever comes out of the Disney asshole, be it something from Marvel, something from Fox, something from Touchstone, it has to be sellable to children.
Okay,
You have to be able to market it
that's
to
fine.
children.
That's them as a company and organization. That's
but that
their
holds
policy.
that holds back things like this new Deadpool movie
Right.
we were
Okay.
talking about. They
Right.
can only make certain jokes.
Yeah.
And that's, in my opinion, one of the things that's
Waters
making all of these waters it down, making all these other properties start to fail.
Okay, and
Because you're not
that's
putting
fair.
narrative and
Yeah.
story and such in front.
So
Or-
I'm not
or-
disputing that it's the cause, but again, it's like they as an organization, they can make that
Absolutely.
decision.
They can do whatever the
absolutely
fuck
can.
they want.
Of course.
Yeah.
But this is why it's
then
resulting
they're
for them
making
having
shit.
the lowest
yeah.
lowest stock
And
prices.
hopefully they
in history.
learn from it.
That's what we're talking about.
Maybe.
Dave.
Right. Yeah, that's
Maybe.
That's the topic of conversation here.
yeah.
Is how Disney turns everything into shit, basically.
Okay. But I mean this nicely. I keep hearing how they've turned some things into shit, but this isn't too bad, and that's pretty good, and this is pretty good.
yeah, there's always elements of good for sure, but that doesn't mean it's okay. Let's talk about Star Wars. because of Star Wars. Okay. So they bought LucasArts in 2012
Boo.
for 4.1
It was like 4
Okay, a couple of dollars.
billion
Couple of dollars.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're 12 years on now. I don't think they've made back $2 billion.
Okay.
They're 1.8, 1.9. Now, here's the thing. Up until then, Star Wars was a license to print money. You know what I mean?
Essentially, yeah.
Well, except for again the first one where they did the remake of the first, or not a remake, but they went into the Star Wars 1.
Episode 1, 2, and 3?
Well,
You
the
mean
one. Okay, and again,
wait, we're talking like Phantom Menace.
yeah.
But here's the thing. That did gangbusters.
That still made a lot of fucking money.
Shitload
Dude,
of money.
I waited in
Did
line
it
for
really?
8 hours
yeah.
to see that fucking
I saw the movie 3 times in
Yeah,
theaters
man.
and I fucking hate it.
Yeah, man.
Fair argument, actually. I'm going by the quality of my mind. You're right. It could have still made a couple bucks.
It made a ton of money in merch, ton of money in stuff, billions upon billions of dollars. Right? The whole prequel series did. Right?
And I think it was a not so watered down, right? Yeah, it was shit, but it
was pure shit.
It was shit not for the reasons of not being able to do something or
right. As shit as it was, it was still George's vision.
Yes.
Right? It was still George.
And we
writing,
know how
directing.
shitty he can get.
Yeah, exactly.
what a vision.
Oh,
Thanks, Howard the Duck.
So, but at least there are those visions. And I mean, now that we have all of the Star Wars, I think we can all agree those prequels aren't as bad as.
Oh, no, the first is still the worst.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry.
pretty rough.
To the end of
It's
days.
pretty rough. Yes. They still all made a lot of money. So Star Wars has always been like ever since its inception, right? I mean, George, again, talking about rebels, he was a rebel fucking with that first Star Wars. Went fucking near bankrupt to make it. People, I think, died making the first Star Wars.
Nobody wanted to release it. He had to He had to convince Fox to distribute it by taking on the responsibility of things like marketing and whatnot, which was a fucking stupid on Fox's part
because
he would have
because George Lucas made every cent off of
the products.
licensing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that worked out.
That's how he made the second one.
And then, I mean, complete cultural phenomenon. I mean, we had a bit of the scarcity complex growing up because, we were born after the first movie was made, but then we had 2 throughout our childhood. And then we really didn't have much of anything other than games and books and comics until 1997 when they released the remastered or the redone ones.
I hated those.
We don't talk about those.
But then they did those and they put those out in theaters. It's like, oh, okay. And then we had the prequels come out. And we can all sit there and say, oh, we fucking hate episode 1. But we were fucking so damn excited to see that movie.
Yeah.
I will admit
right?
this.
That's true.
So fucking excited. Like, even after watching, I thought I liked it the first time. I really did.
You walk out of the theater going, did I like that? Yeah, I like that.
Darth Maul's cool. Yeah.
No, I like that.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's how fucking amped we were to see this movie. And then even the second, even though after that dies down, we're like, I have someone. Okay, well, fucking sucks. Episode 2 comes out. Well, we're gonna go fucking line up and see it in theaters again. You and I fucking waited like 3 hours.
It's got to be better,
right? Like to see the second one in theaters.
I know I never saw the third in theaters.
No. But that one, I remember, was waiting in line for a long time to watch it, and we're like, It was like, well, it wasn't horrible, but. It wasn't that great. You know what I mean? And then kind of the same for the third. But at the end of the day, we all still went to go see it and whatever. Now, as polarizing as those movies are, I don't think they compare to the polarizing effects of 7, 8, and 9 when they came out. Right? Like we were discussing pre-podcast. I think for the most part, most people liked 7 because it was a bit of a retread of 4. But there are those that did not like it because of that fact. It didn't bring something to the table.
I can't say I hated 6, 7, 8, and 9?
7, 8, and 9.
There was something missing, I think was the problem for me.
What was it?
I don't know. That's the problem.
Okay.
Like they weren't terrible. The effects were great. Like it looked better than 1, 2, and 3 because you could tell they weren't just people on a green screen.
They used a lot more practical effects for sure, which was nice.
I think it was the confusing story.
For me, I actually liked it. I liked that the two of them actually started working
kind
together.
of happening. See, that didn't bother me.
I like
That didn't bother me. But then all of a sudden, spoiler alert for people who haven't seen it, all of a sudden, Palpatine's her grandpa. Like, just, it wasn't even like a build-up. It wasn't like
That was a little jarring.
It wasn't
for
like
sure.
we got little clues throughout the first two movies leading up to it. It was just like,
Oh,
all
you're
of a
talking
sudden-
Rise of Skywalker. You're
Yeah,
not
it was-
talking about. Okay, I thought you were still talking about.
No, we're
Force
talking.
Awakens.
No,
Yeah, I
we're
got
talking
you
about the last one they
Yeah,
made.
yeah,
there.
yeah.
It just happened.
You're right. That was
just. It was
odd.
just all of a sudden a thing.
Yeah.
Luke, I'm your father. I'm sorry. To me, it was the
No,
same.
different.
No,
No.
You got clues. You got clues.
There was clues in those.
If you listen to shit that Obi-Wan says in episode 4, there are clues.
yeah, there are clues.
It wasn't just a like, oh my god.
See, I don't hate it necessarily for that, but you're not wrong.
It was just
It was
confusing.
I was like, oh, I didn't see that coming. I'm like, how is he here? Okay, whatever. He figured it out. Okay, let's move on. Let's figure it. And then how he was so powerful. Like, well, that's crazy. But I mean, for me, certain things got me. This goes back to Force Awakens. I liked it fine, but I'm just having a pretty, at least I think I have a good, decent understanding of Star Wars lore. Knowing that Rey is late teens, early 20s, has this fucking unbelievable mastery of the Force, and she's able to use a lightsaber against a Jedi, Sith. He's a Sith Lord, right?
Oh,
Sith Lord?
Kylo,
yeah. I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy to me, right? I guess she's a chosen one or whatever, but it just was a little bit.
To me, it was like
that
one
was
of those
the confusing.
one of
thing
those
for me.
mutant power things. Is like, it comes to fruition when you're in this sort of stressful situation. Right?
I guess so. It just was a little bit whatever. I didn't hate on it because of it. I was like, okay, whatever. It just was odd to me, when you hear when they say
Damn
to you,
Disney.
No,
Or it was like
no, I don't think it's Disney.
it was like Danny with The Shining. Right?
Sure.
He knew about it. He knew he could do something with
Yeah.
it, but he didn't know how.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the same kind of idea. She knew she had these fucking weird powers. She knew she could fucking move pebbles or some shit like that.
Sure. Yeah. We'll go with that. It's
But
fine.
how?
I didn't think it was the worst storyline element is all I'm saying. It was just like, huh? Wow.
I think we needed
Little things.
a better,
Yeah.
We needed more of a montage.
Yeah, a little bit more of a
Yeah.
I
background.
do miss good
sacrifice.
montages.
Yeah.
I'm totally off topic, but
No, me
montages.
too.
Rocky always had it.
They don't really do
Stallone.
those anymore.
Yeah.
They don't do good montages anymore.
No, last great montage was Short Circuit 2.
Oh.
I don't know. Team America.
I was going to say, I just watched Team America, and yet, no, they had to go in there.
Yeah, I love that montage.
Get a montage.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, those movies are pretty divisive, and we have the Disney TV series or the Star Wars shows that have come out. I think they started off strong with the first 2 seasons of Mandalorian, which you still will not watch.
Yeah, man.
Well, because I got to pay for the Disney subscription.
I know. I don't
I'm
suggest
not
doing
doing
that.
it.
No, don't do that. But they were great. And since you're not going to watch it, what made the second season so great is it ends with like a young Luke Skywalker coming and helping young Grogu.
Fucking shit up.
He was almost as
fucking
badass
great.
as fucking
It was
Darth
great.
Vader.
It was great.
It was crazy.
Oh, it was
Sorry,
amazing.
wait. Lucas?
Yeah.
Or sorry, not Luke.
Skywalker. Yeah.
Skywalker comes and he's a bad guy?
No, he's a good guy. He's a
Okay.
Jedi Knight, and he's because it takes place between.
Takes
2 and
place within the 5 years between, I think it's. No, it takes out.
3 and 4.
I thought it was after.
3 and 4.
No.
It's after 3. You're right.
No, it's
It's definitely after Return of the Jedi.
sorry, yes, it's after Jedi.
Yeah, because
So
he's.
before
You
the
said
other
2
one?
and 3.
Yeah, I know. My bad. Yeah, you're right.
You mean 5 and
6 and 7.
Yeah, no, it takes place in between 6
and 7.
Yeah,
Though I have to admit, watching the two of you in your
It's
faces.
after Jedi. Yeah.
you're right. It is.
It's like 5 years after
right.
Jedi.
He's right. So, takes place after that. Don't do drugs, kids.
Or do.
Or do, yeah.
Don't
Your life, yeah.
Tell me what to do.
Exactly,
Tell me
yeah.
what to do.
So he basically there's this no-win situation where there's these crew that are fighting off this Empire Force.
I'll never watch it.
That's
yeah.
fine. And so there's this dark figure that comes into play, and he just fucking kicks all the droids' asses, all the stormtroopers' asses, gets in, goes in, and is fucking Luke Skywalker. and he takes Grogu to train him.
Grogu is Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And
I
then
do
that was
remember
a
there
big
being
thing.
a Baby Yoda thing in it. Yeah.
And then it leads into the third season, which a lot of people were not a fan of.
I liked it.
I didn't watch much of it.
I liked
so
it.
I can't really say much.
I was a fan of the show because it was like a space western.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. I still like it. I think it's really good. Then the Book of Boba Fett came out.
It was there.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It was there.
It was,
It was good because they still kind of kept along that space cowboy.
there was elements that
sort
were
of
pretty
thing
cool,
going on,
but that whole little
but the story was like,
and the whole fucking
Eh.
oh no that was another show. I was gonna another show coming up, but
the,
it was
the storyline was kind of
It's-
like, it was just meh, what, huh?
yeah. It was a weird thing they did to Boba Fett, but whatever, that's fine. And it was cool to see him get Jabba's palace.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, and then we had them redo Obi-Wan or do a.
Well, that was good. I enjoyed that.
Except they did kind of break canon because I don't think they think the last time they were supposed to have met was whenever it was on Mustafar until
Yeah,
episode 4.
but how many truthesses did Obi-Wan tell us in episode 4?
I'm just
Not a whole
saying.
lot.
I'm just saying.
I mean,
It's just a
he was
little-
pretty
weird.
vague about a bunch of shit.
Either way, there was some cool parts
Well,
to it.
That's the
but-
last time he met Anakin.
Okay, sure.
So the
But-
first time he met Vader
Okay,
was in that scenario.
who knows? But either way, mixed reviews too, for the most part, because that whole fucking scooter race thingy that they had that was lame.
I don't
Some
remember.
sort of gang on this fucking rainbow-looking scooter gang. They all had-
Rainbow Scooter Gang.
yeah, they had like rainbow Vespas.
Nice.
They were all flying on. So good you forgot
I
about
was
it.
remember that was from the first one when we had that thing.
Well, that was
God, it
probably like the
horrible.
worst part then.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like in that movie.
Yeah. The first star
pod racing.
The pod racing scenes was just atrocious in my opinion, but that's going outside of what you're describing. The movies.
I didn't hate the pod racer scenes.
It was so you knew exactly what was going to happen, and it was watching
Well,
20 minutes of just
That's true.
Yeah.
You knew exactly how
Yeah.
the race was going to go.
Exactly.
He's just going to get his ass kicked the whole time, and then magically
exactly
shit's going to happen. He's going to
That's what irritated me most
Yeah,
about a
for
lot
sure.
of that stuff.
Because he's going to use the wizard magic.
Of
right?
course. But
It's just
you're right.
Harry Potter in space.
If I go that far, but
Actually, as soon as you say that, it's almost one of those. Oh
Dude.
fuck!
I'm sure. I think there are a lot of similarities.
If you think about it, you have this kid who's
Yeah.
not, blah, 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 not wanted.
Oh,
has this
yeah, for
magical
sure.
power.
Doesn't know his parents.
Some old wizard
Right.
comes and takes
Yeah.
him away to
Yeah.
learn this fucking.
and his family tree
Harry
impacts his
Potter.
growth.
Harry Potter's just Star Wars
That's true.
with sticks instead of lasers.
They got Quidditch.
Yeah, and
guess Star Wars got pod racing.
Star Wars has jizz.
Oh,
Jizzit.
Yeah, space jazz. That's what he called
Uh,
it. He called the space jazz in the cantina jizz. Look it up. It's
I don't-
fucking canon, dude.
Okay, that's
It's
cool.
canon.
I don't need to look that up.
It's called jizz.
Last thing I need is on my fucking.
We
feed
leave that
is
to
Star
AJ.
Wars jizz.
Yeah, we
on
leave that to AJ.
No,
look
you
that
don't
up,
type
buddy.
in Star Wars jizz. That's a completely different website.
That's your favorite one. Princess Leia, hello, Jabba.
And the BBLS,
Princess Leia.
black lightsabers. Gotta love them.
Gotta love 'em.
Mhm.
I love it. Glow in the dark. All right. So, what else after that? What shows were after? Is that Ahsoka after that?
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Haven't seen that either.
And then the Acolyte, which is
which is
meh.
not doing very good
and it's meh.
at all. It is in bad shape for shows.
Well, we had a precursor to this whole Disney was gonna fuck up LucasArts and Lucasfilm.
yeah.
When they canceled Star Wars, what was it, 2113, that fucking game that was supposed to come out,
Right.
that was supposed to be fucking phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
It looked cool. The gameplay seemed like it was going to be awesome and all that kind of shit. And then when Disney bought it, they were like, no, we're doing away with the fucking video game,
Yeah.
fucking LucasArts video game shit.
Yeah, there's a few other things on that note too. You're absolutely right. One of the things that really kind of irks me knowing this information is, I guess when George sold off Lucasfilms to Disney, he gave them a bunch of treatments for kind of guidelines on how to make 7, 8, 9
Okay.
the movies, right? Just to,
okay, fair.
because like who understands Star Wars better than George Lucas? Nobody.
His perception, yes.
Yeah,
Are you fucking kidding me?
1, 2, 3. I'm sorry. But anyway, continue your discussion.
he thought shooting in a green room like this was. We could have made Star Wars. In
Okay,
this room.
sure, yeah, fine, but
Episodes 1, 2, and 3.
I mean,
were made in this room.
Fair. Okay, I'll concede. But still, yeah.
I'll concede, but
regardless, he gave those treatment notes, and I guess they just tossed them out.
That's fine.
They didn't bother.
They
using
bought
the
it.
Elements. Yeah. I know. It's just.
Have you seen the treatment notes? Have you reviewed them yourself?
I've actually looked into some of what was going to be, and it looked like it would have been far better.
It's that Kathleen Kennedy person that's tanking this whole fucking thing. And who was she before? She was somebody before all this too.
She used to work for LucasArts. Way back in the day, I think she was a part of the Indiana Jones movies.
Okay,
and such.
right. Yeah, I've seen her name in the credits at the beginning of that. Yeah,
and I'm not sure where she was after that, but
she was like an EP or something.
I think so. And now she's president of
the LucasArts division of
whatever
Disney.
it's called. Yeah, but yeah, she's definitely kind of heading up this DEI thing that's going on, and it's affecting certain things. The problem I have, this is what I've kind of come to the conclusion. Oh, for sure. I just come to the conclusion, even though I've been a lifelong Star Wars fan, this Disney Star Wars isn't made for me. It's not my Star Wars. It's not my Star Wars. Again, and I'm not get it. If it's for other people that, that are in that community, great. If you think this is the best show, awesome. But I'm very grateful that I've gotten 3 really great movies, 2 solid movies, 1 that adds to some of the lore and a whole shitload of other media that I can appreciate. But moving forward, I just kind of realize, oh, okay, this is not made for my kind anymore. You
never know what it'll be tomorrow.
No, I don't, but I also do.
I think it'd be smart if they re-released episodes 4, 5, and 6, and they just made it look better, but without the stupid.
Did the touch-ups on it?
Oh, the originals that they apparently lost in some sort of bullshit fucking fire?
Like remaster.
Lies. But George has also gone on record saying he's never releasing them.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Does he still own the rights to them? The originals?
I think there might be something in the clause that won't allow it.
Yeah. I wonder why. See, that's one of those questions I'd
Which
actually
is weird
ask
because
him.
Disney owns Fox, and Fox distributed those.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's just more of George, let's sit down. Why wouldn't you want to have just similar to what you've done, but take out the story elements and let's just try to make it look maybe. You're
not even taking out story elements. You're taking out arbitrary shit like fucking stormtroopers riding on giant iguanas.
Those are the definitive versions. So
those were what I had in my head. Yeah,
I don't know. And it pisses me off now because I was just watching them maybe a month and a half ago, and I'm now I know. Now the enhanced elements are just now part of it for me now. It fucking sucks.
I can't do it every time I see especially that scene when they're riding into Mos Eisley in episode 4 and there's the fucking there's big lizards and shit like that. That's
so stupid.
Fucking hate it.
Looks
dumb.
And then the stupid fucking thing that pops up in the middle of the fucking they're doing the jizz fucking scene in the cantina there.
Yeah.
With the singer and all that. That's so stupid.
You know what kills me is still the Return Jedi at the end one. I always loved that song and the Ewoks and everybody, and they took out the song, they took out everything.
Yeah, they took out the song and then they added all these different
other
fucking
shit.
Scenes and bullshit.
That's the one that killed me.
Just unnecessary.
Yeah, that one killed me.
How
I
is
love
that?
that song.
I mean, granted, the originals definitely looked like, a high-end episode of The Muppet Show.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was all Muppets and humans.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
But, the Ewoks, yep.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're essentially Muppets.
Yeah. Oh, no, they were.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I don't know. It's almost like he wanted to erase the nostalgia of those original, those original 3 creations.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I were to watch that now, I'd be like, comfort. But watching the remasters or the redos or whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's just like, I'm waiting for that part that's not supposed to be there. that doesn't look the same.
Yeah.
It looks out of place. It's one
wrong.
of these things just
Yeah,
doesn't
you're
belong
right.
here.
Yeah, there's a lot of those elements
Right.
for sure. Because you could tell the gap of time.
Between this animation
I know,
and
yeah.
A puppet.
Yeah,
Plus it
a
was the
latex
90s
puppet.
when you tried to do this, and even
That
back in the
too,
90s,
right?
we had it all wrong. You look at any 90s flick when we
Oh,
were trying to
yeah.
get into this, and it's horrid.
Again,
oh, for sure. I mean,
I share Lawnmower Man as an example of why you shouldn't have done something in the 90s that relied heavily on CG.
I don't know if it was quite 90s, or early 2000s, but that fucking opening scene, or was it Blade 2, with him fighting the ninjas in front of that
Oh,
thing?
in front of the light wall?
Oh, so crude,
Okay,
man.
so I got issues with that.
Oh, so bad.
Because the first one wasn't like that. The first Spider-Man wasn't like that. The Raimi Spider-Man.
That's true.
But the second one was.
That's true too.
They between the time that they did those movies, they found some sort of new. I think it was probably like Unreal Engine or something like that had come out, but they hadn't figured it out yet. So it just looked way too janky.
Yeah,
like it was like too smooth.
Yeah,
there was no humanity to the animation, which there should have been, or quote unquote humanity. Yes, they're fighting vampires, but shut up. You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say something before that too, but I don't remember.
Figured out
It had to do with what you were saying
about the
janky fucking animation
Blade
shit.
2.
But yeah, it just you couldn't. You had to think, as I'm thinking, going back to George Lucas, is like, we have this technology now. What's it going to be in 10 years? What's it going to be in 20 years? Why not wait until you could create something in a computer that looks like a latex puppet?
Well, that was George, right? He was trying to do a lot of that, and it was kind of, 1, 2, 3 figured, well, he did wait a little longer, but but I think that's his mindset, because I remember hearing about before Lucas bought, or for Disney bought Lucas. Well, Jesus, I remember hearing the story that George and I think what's his face, that I don't know, someone he wrote with, he's putting together some Star Wars TV show, which I think took place on Coruscant or something. It was kind of more about, like, it wasn't necessarily about Jedi versus Sith. It was more kind of like the stories that happen in this place, and they had written like something like, I don't know, 100 or 200 hours worth of content, and they were just waiting for the technology to catch up.
Yeah,
and then sold off. And
why episodes 1, 2, and 3 flopped, right? Did you like Empire?
Yeah.
Did you like Jedi?
Yeah.
He didn't direct those.
I know he didn't. I know.
You know who directed episodes 1, 2, and 3?
What's his
Lucas.
Oh, yeah, I know. But he also did New Hope, right? Or Star Wars. So, so I mean, just saying, it's
cocaine's different in different eras, I guess. I don't know.
Fair enough. Yeah. So yeah, Disney. And also Indiana Jones,
there's a good example.
So there's a good example of them going wrong.
Were they involved? Was Disney? I can't remember when it came out. Was Disney involved in the Crystal Skull bullshit?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that was so bad.
I don't think so. But
you know who was? Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas was.
Yeah,
I don't think he was, but it wasn't.
Lucas was
bad.
Lucas was involved in.
No, I know he was. I just don't know if Disney was.
Oh, we're saying he for Disney now. Disney is now an anthropomorphic entity.
Right. Now it's a B.
You mean the mouse?
No, yeah, Mickey's a little rat.
But I haven't seen the new one, the new Indiana Jones.
I haven't seen the new one either. No, I have no.
It's enjoyable. It's okay.
Was it okay?
It's all right.
Yeah, kind of.
But you have to really suspend disbelief.
Well, whenever I watch any of these, I suspend.
I know.
I have to admit, as long as
you mean I didn't have to suspend disbelief when he walked into the cave and there was some old knight dude sitting there with a whole bunch of fucking mugs?
Yeah,
no, I was just supposed to
him walking
across
Nazis and Jesus ghosts.
Yeah.
And
gotcha.
Walking across the invisible bridge, easy, no problem.
Yeah.
The guy's been there for
again. The effects, man, the effects on that fucking. Like, yeah, it kind of looks janky when you watch it now compared to the effects, but that fucking bridge, when the camera pans and you see the bridge, dude, that's so cool.
It's really cool.
Yay, matte paintings.
I did like that.
Right?
You know what? Complete side topic.
Yeah, kind of.
I want to see, and they'll never do it, but I love Beetlejuice. the one thing I will say that's kind of like a knock just because of when it was made. The claymation's a little bit stuttery.
No, I love it.
Kind of nice that they smoothed it out just a little bit. Just a little bit. No.
No,
I'm not saying I don't want to say replace it.
But then it doesn't retain that.
I'm not saying replace it. I'm just saying alongside it. That's all.
But then it doesn't retain that stop-go animation quality. That Burton-esque quality of.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying.
I'm
saying I don't want to take away that one. I just want to see it smoother. That's all. That's all. Someone link between
you guys,
and then when you like it better,
man.
you'll get rid of the other one because it's the better one anyway.
Nobody
needs it.
That in your mind will now be the definitive version.
Right, that's right. Exactly. I don't
Mr. Lucas.
That's right. And I'll get mad for everybody who pirates my shit.
Exactly. You get rid of it, buy it. Nobody's allowed to have the old one.
So you're complaining about Beetlejuice because it looks too janky. You complain about Vegas because old Vegas isn't the same.
It isn't the same.
When I was a kid, chocolate bars were only 5 cents.
Were they?
That's what you assholes sound
What
like.
did you do?
That's what you assholes sound like.
5-cent chocolate bars?
I remember getting 1 liter of soda pop for $2 in a glass bottle.
He makes a joke about the 5-cent chocolate bars. Okay, that's before our time, but I will remember being able to buy the little candies for a penny and you go and buy 14 and you didn't have to pay tax.
I remember that. I remember doing that. Absolutely.
I don't even know if you can buy 5-cent candies anymore.
Oh, God, probably not. I don't even think it's like even back in the day where you could do the 25 cents.
I don't even know if you can because I think they fucking took that kind of shit away with the.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a lot of them penny machines and things.
Well, not even because you'd go into the convenience stores and they just have like the buckets with like a pack of paper bags.
Oh, yeah.
And you could just go in with your little fucking tongs and fucking pick yourself a bunch of 5-cent candies and go up to the counter.
They definitely don't exist in convenience stores, but the specialty stores have it. But again, not with the scoops, other than, the Bulky Barn. They still have that.
Sure.
But now, because I've seen it.
Right, Bulky Barn. I forgot about that place.
But now they also have a lot of you pull the handle and it does the click, 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 click.
Oh, that's
yeah,
a
they're
nice
still all
around.
right.
Yeah,
like they had at the M&M's store. In New York.
They
had the fucking wall of the.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
The only place I've seen that actually has the bags is Bulky Barn.
Back to Disney.
Back to Disney. Yeah.
And how we're not fans of what they do anymore.
Yeah, no. Deadpool, Wolverine, I think will be a success because it has to.
A success for general or for you?
For me and for a general, I think it will be.
Well, no, because they're different.
Well. Yeah, you're right. I'm anticipating it's going to be a really fun film.
Nice.
I think it's going to be a lot of.
I did enjoy the last Wolverine one where he did the old man Logan.
Yeah,
Fuck, that was
I'm going to be watching that probably in the next.
But again, that's Disney. There's a good plus on them.
I don't think that was.
That was still when Fox owned it, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
It's not that old. It was only made like 6-7 years ago. That was Disney.
Oh no! Do we have to go to the Google for this, boys?
Fox was acquired after Lucasfilm, and it was acquired after Logan was
probably completed.
Completed.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
So Disney did not have a whole lot.
All right. Well, there you go. I tried to give Disney Plus. They missed the mark.
Only that. But as
Disney
AJ
already
was
has
saying
Disney
earlier,
Plus. You can't give them any more.
That's true.
Yeah. There you go. Well, they're gonna have the Disney Plus Plus.
It's plus.
Can't even blame Disney for this. They likely will have some sort of version because Disney Plus, you're going to get 20 minutes of ads.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, I'm not going to hate it if they're doing it if they roll it out like Prime did it. I'm watching a fucking Amazon Prime show and I get maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 ads during The Boys.
For now.
Maybe.
For now,
yeah.
That's my problem. I don't want to pay for it if
I'll
I'm
go
also
back to
getting
cable.
advertised for
I'll
it.
go back to fucking cable.
Mm-hmm.
If they start throwing ads in it like it's fucking cable. I'll just go back to cable.
I think
I
that's
will
what's
say
going.
though, even cable, watching cable, I still get. I forgot how many ads were in a show. Fuck.
Even my mom was saying that the other night or yesterday. She's like, "Yeah, we watch TV now, like actual TV, like Home and Garden Channel and stuff like that." It's like ads upon ads upon ads.
Yeah.
It's
And then the
horrendous.
shows interrupt the ads.
Yeah. Right?
It's
Hey, I
too
wanted to
much.
know more about those Doritos.
Yeah, it's bad. Even when you're watching YouTube, right? If you, I don't.
Oh,
pay
I
for
own.
premium.
I pay for premium.
I might if
I pay for premium. I have about 6 ad blockers on Google. Dude, I don't
Away
fucking
from
get
me.
ads. I don't get fucking ads on Google, man.
Jeez.
And they're all the free ad blockers too, so
Yeah.
they just keep shit away.
It's good.
Nice.
Sometimes you have to disable one so you can like fill out a form or like submit it or whatever. But
Yeah. So Disney. And
Disneyland.
Yeah. So I guess behind the scenes of the Deadpool Wolverine movie, there was a big push for Disney to institute a lot more of their DEI initiative within the film. obviously that's not going to work for a film.
But they already have like diversity. They have, they have a Punjabi character. They have an African American character. Yes. I'm pretty sure they have a gay character.
I mean, technically, Colossus is Russian, so you know.
Technically, Wade's gayish.
May as well be. So, anyways, apparently, they have initiatives, but they also don't have any other superhero films coming out until next year.
Right.
So it's the only one. So, because of that, I guess. Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine's a big deal. That's not small picking. So
no, because he said he was fucking done.
Right. So Disney was going to leverage Hugh and Ryan to play those characters in other Marvel projects. And I guess verbally they had agreed to do so or whatever. But as Disney kept pushing, they're flexing their muscle to try to win the film. That's when the writers and such with Ryan and Hugh said, "All right, we're going to back away from these other projects now if you don't let us make this film," which is why I think we're going to get a decent film out of it. But I also don't think we're getting another Ryan Reynolds Deadpool film after this.
No, I
think this is it. Yeah.
I think they should, if they wanted to do, I mean, they could. They should just put it under another imprint, like Marvel Touchstone. Maybe. Because Touchstone was their naughty side.
Yeah,
right? They gave us movies like Cocktail,
right,
and shit like that.
Right,
that's a great classic,
great fucking movie. I'm sure. Actually, I don't know if it is.
Last time I watched it, my memory of it.
We remember it being, or is it just a pile of fucking Scientology?
Isn't it just a guy who's a bartender? Isn't that all it really is?
It's a guy who's a bartender who's trying to date some chick.
Yeah, that's.
It sounds like a great.
Sounds like an awesome movie.
And then his homie kills himself.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's right. That's Stone classic.
Michael Caine. Isn't it Michael Caine in that one?
I think it was Michael Caine.
Tom Cruise and Michael Caine.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth Shue.
Right. Elizabeth Shue.
I think we know who would sell that one. Yeah. Moving forward.
Yeah. So Disney. So they could do that, but I don't see that happening.
No,
I don't see that going on. But we'll see.
Well, that's just it. It's like anything. I will admit, I probably will never do the Disney plus things of this nature personally, but to me, it's more one of those, if they can learn, hey, you never know. Because a big thing for me for Disney, and I have to admit this has probably been beaten up a bajillion times, is they're remaking the old, what I consider classic animations and trying to do them in the real people films.
And they should be beaten for this.
Yeah,
I will agree.
And there's a reason why that's a problem, because from what I understand, and I guess there's a bit of a timeline to this, and I'm not going to go through it because I'm going to botch the fuck out of it. But ultimately, there's a theory out there that the reason why they're trying, or they're making these live action remakes, is because they're trying to kind of erase the nostalgia of the past. They're trying to push away from these older films.
Okay, but here's the problem. You have to make them good.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you.
None of them are good.
None of them are
right. Like
I will admit, I've only seen like 20 minutes of. I think it was the
Beast.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Right. If I held them both out in one hand, I'm not even a Beauty and the Beast fan. Right. If I held them both out in one hand, I would assume you would hopefully pick the animated version.
Yeah,
over the live action version. Same with Aladdin. Same with Lion King. Same with fucking Jungle Book.
I have seen all of the live action ones up for the most part, I believe. And
sorry you can't get that time back.
I really wish I could. And every time the animated version's been better. It's not even a question.
You know what worked? You know what would have worked for me? Had they taken The Lion King, let's say, because it didn't have real people in it, like Aladdin and shit did. Take that, use the audio from the original, don't change the story, and just slap a new paint job on it. Slap your awesome computer ultra realistic lion paint job over top of the original, and then you probably would have gotten some people.
Maybe.
Because you would have gotten the people like us who are like, oh, I remember that song. I remember that sound. I remember that voice. Getting all nostalgic about it and thinking back to it. And then you would have had the kiddies being like, oh my God, this looks great. It's not like Dad's stupid fucking flip book movie.
Right.
Right? You would have been bringing both of those worlds together.
Yeah, no, that would have been a far better tactic than the one they took.
I would have rather have watched Aladdin had it looked like that Final Fantasy movie that fucking came out.
Oh, yeah.
The Spirits Within.
It's fucking great fucking animation.
Looked that kind of
Holy
animation,
shit.
but used the original audio.
Or they did the there was another version, relatively new, the 3D one, where they were going to maybe make more, but they don't for some reason.
The Final Fantasy? No,
it wasn't the Final Fantasy.
The reason they don't do that is because Square Enix lost so much money because it was actually a shit movie.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Which one?
Fuck, I'm trying to remember it. It's the title's huge on it, and it was maybe the prequel, the AI lady girl jumping around killing things.
Alita Battle Angel. No,
Nah, maybe I have to look it up.
AI girl jumping around killing a bunch of things.
Yeah, it was a great movie. 3D, very nice. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to help you, Dave.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Yeah.
I'm picturing it. It's one of those. As soon as you think of it,
Because he says that, and then we could say something like, "Oh yeah, fuck, with Cinderella,"
Yeah, exactly.
or some crap.
Yeah, it's not Cinderella, but
AI girl.
yeah. Move on. Fuck
All
it.
right. Okay.
No, we're gonna stick on this until we figure it out.
Our 30s of fans, if you know what he's talking about, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where I thought they were going to make more, but they didn't for some reason. But anyway, because of rights or other things, who knows? Moving forward. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious.
Now I want to know.
I think it's based off a comic or something to boot.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That has really got me going.
Right now you're not helping, Dave. Fuck you, man.
Fuck. Batgirl.
Oh, good lord.
man,
no.
Trinity. No.
I read more into that fucking Batgirl thing, and apparently it's actually a good movie.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
Apparently it's pretty good, but
The Cassandra Cain one?
WB pulled it because
money.
some bullshit. It was some other bullshit.
It was Peter Zaslav. The whole thing was the reason why they pulled it is because some sort of legal loophole that if they scrap a movie by a certain time or whatever, they get a full amount back from their tax bracket or tax break or something like that.
That could have had something to do with it, and that happens a lot.
Yeah,
that's an insurance thing that they.
Yeah.
An insurance loophole.
That's I think the main reason why they pulled it.
But I think there was another thing that I read about. Anyway,
yeah.
You're
not
just
the
just
point.
as good to me.
The point is apparently it's good.
Okay.
Apparently
never gonna see
it's yeah.
That sucks.
Oh, we might.
Probably.
You lost in a fire.
I guess that's true. I mean, we did get Batman v
Come on, it's in
Justice League.
It's in the
Snyder
cloud,
Cut.
man.
Yeah,
It's in the cloud.
somewhere.
It's all in the cloud
Someone just
down, man.
released it. Yeah. But we're not talking about
Somebody should hack
Warner
Sony.
Brothers. We're talking about Disney. But I guess they're kind of all the same.
You mean we're not
regard
talking
that
about the good Disney? We're talking about Disney.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather watch Bugs Bunny fuck around with Elmer Fudd for half an hour than watch Mickey Mouse and fucking Goofy fucking go on some stupid ass road trip.
Dude, Looney Tunes over Disney characters any day.
100%.
Not even a question. Not even a question. In fact,
so good Disney.
I would take a live action fucking Looney Tunes remake of anything that I would have our Disney.
The Brendan
live action.
Fraser fucking Looney Tunes back in action was terrible.
Horrible movie.
But I would watch that over Mickey Mouse.
Oh,
any
fuck
day.
yeah. I'd watch that over the Lion King remake.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'd watch the fucking Rocky and Bullwinkle movie that came out over that shit.
That movie was shit too. But I would watch that.
Funny? Did you know that they made a movie back in the early to mid 90s called Boris and Natasha? And it was Jason Alexander and I can't remember who played Natasha. It was
it was the girl from Third Rock from the Sun.
No, it wasn't.
No?
No. No, and it was just a movie about Boris and Natasha.
Oh, I think I
had nothing to do with Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Hilarious.
It was fucking hilarious.
That's amazing.
Great movie. We'll Google it after.
Yeah, we will. Before Disney buys them up.
Boris and Natasha.
I think, let's relate it back to South Park. Every iteration of South Park's version of Disney, I think, is 1,000% accurate. 1,000% accurate.
That mouse.
Yeah, put a chick in it, make it gay.
Yeah.
That's kind of been the mantra.
Or the whole Jonas Brothers thing.
Oh, yeah.
Again, sprinkling that Disney fluff over everything, right?
Yeah. I guess that's one of the nice thing about 2024 is a lot of that shit is more exposed than it's ever been.
Oh, wow.
When we were growing up, we had Disney on Sundays.
That's
it.
Dude, that's all I had
for like ever.
That's all I had until we got one of those old school satellite dishes that actually moved.
I guess we had the afternoon cartoon block or whatever. Where you
I had the Disney Channel.
Oh, no, we didn't. We had it scrambled.
Yeah, exactly. My dad had the codes.
Oh, okay.
But you're right. We had the like we were talking about earlier, the Tailspin.
Rescue
Rangers.
Those are fun. Yeah. But aside from that, the odd movie when I would come out, we'd go watch it, or whatever. But outside of that, There wasn't that.
Wonderful Walt
Now
Disney,
we've just got a deluge of fucking Disney shit all the time, and I think ultimately that's where the villainy comes in. It's they've just watered down their products with so much shit that's out there now,
and all their Disney fluff.
and all their Disney fluff.
It's bullshit.
They just keep.
Why can't we get
Disney
movies
fluff
like
on
Mr. Boogedy? Remember that shit?
Nope.
You don't remember Mr.
I don't
Boogedy?
think so.
He was like this fucking ghost in this house, like this movie, a Disney movie, and this family moves into this house, and there's this fucking ghost that lives in there, and his name's Mr. Boogedy.
Nope.
And he goes boogity boogity boo, and that's how he scares you. And there's this like scenes where there's like footprints going down the hallway and then walking up a wall, and the kids like are walking behind the footprints and like lifting them up because they're like made out of rubber or something. It's fucked, dude.
Why would they?
It's fucked up. And they don't make shit like that. Or bed knobs and
No, they
broomsticks.
don't. They made.
That was a good one.
I had an
Classic.
ex
Shit was
who
fucked
was
up.
in a
good.
Disney movie. Remember when Disney would make all those like weird little made-for-TV films and straight-to-video movies?
Oh,
and shit?
fuck yeah.
All the time. My ex was in one of those called Mr. Mistress that was filmed in St. Thomas, and Harlan Williams was in it. And
Oh, yeah?
fucking Katie Seagal was in it, and it was all about this guy pretending to be a female headmistress, right?
Yep.
Whatever happened to movies, good classic movies, good, honest, fucking believable Disney movies like Blank Check? Whatever happened to shit like that?
Yeah, really
Come on.
was.
You can't fucking tell me you were fucking in love with that movie for 5 seconds
Oh,
of your
shit.
fucking life.
Great idea, man.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because, this kid's going to be able to buy a fucking castle
No,
with
I
$1
know.
million.
$1 million.
Oh, he's got $1 million. That's so much money.
I know. It just totally plays to kids' fucking imaginations, right? Because you don't understand what a blank check means.
Oh, yeah, right?
You know what I mean? And you're like,
fuck.
oh, I could buy anything. Like, they
Think
can't.
about
Not
a blank-
just kids.
Find a,
No, everyone, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
find a blank check now. You're like, they're going to kiss.
Yeah,
Right?
there's-
fucking
there's-
canceled.
They've definitely lost their touch of innocence, I think, if they ever had it.
God, what else did they do that was fucking great that was like that? Didn't they do like, there was that fucking movie, Man of the House?
Yeah,
The Tim Allen and fucking the kid from the Tim Allen show there.
yeah.
Oh, no, it was a different
No,
kid.
another kid.
I'm thinking of Chevy Chase and the kid from the Tim Allen show. They did a movie with those two.
They did. They used to do a ton of Christmas movies.
All the fucking time, man.
Yeah, like, wasn't that one with?
And the Muppets were fucking
Oh my god,
a big fucking
a huge part of Disney.
part of Disney, yeah.
Huge. And now it kind of feels like the Muppets. I know they're still Disney, but they're kind of like.
Are they still Disney?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think so.
I feel like they're now their own entity that's
Yeah, they're their
Disney
own
still
brand.
has their sticky fingers in.
For sure.
Whereas at one point it was like Disney's The Muppets.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was I think in the 90s.
Yeah.
90s, 2000s.
For sure. Yeah, it's crazy how much fucking Disney owns. It's nuts. And I think companies like BlackRock own them. Yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
Oh, they're like a
Some other media
fucking hedge
corporation?
fund company that
Oh.
owns fucking everything. And
So Disney isn't even its own
I don't think so
thing anymore.
No, I mean they got a board of directors, right? That they have to adhere to, and they got fucking shareholders on that board. There was just like a massive coup attempt where they tried.
Really?
Yeah, it was nuts. The one guy was trying to like get a vote to get on the board, and he risked all of his shit. He lost. He ended up selling all his shares, and yeah,
Holy
it's wild.
fuck.
It's crazy ass corporate wars going on behind the scenes.
Those are the movies we need.
Dude, I mean, yeah,
It'd be like that,
fucking
it'd be
pay
like
for
that,
those.
that movie Wall Street.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
with Disney.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's what I do need.
Charlie Sheen
Shit,
is
why am I
Michael
not-
Eisner.
Why are we not writing these movies for fuck's sakes? You know, here I'm trying to make fucking bank robbery movies.
Liam Neeson
Yeah.
as Mickey Mouse.
For sure. That'd be great. Hiya, kids. Haha.
I want my mini,
I've got a certain particular set of skills,
and one of them is eating cheese.
and I can entertain you.
Clint Eastwood as Goofy. Gosh, Mickey.
That would be actually pretty good.
Scarlett Johansson as Minnie. Hey guys.
Andy Dick as Pluto.
Bark, a bark.
I want to know what kind of fucking shit's in the Disneyland water that where fucking Pluto is a fucking dog and Goofy talks.
Well, I think that's just a master of
Like what
submission, submission
Nah.
to slave.
No, I know what it is. No, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. Use the stuff you didn't want to talk about Walt Disney earlier. That was a completely other podcast.
Uh-huh.
Well, they did that kind of stuff in Germany in the 40s as well, right? They were doing certain
Lord.
certain tests on things and whatnot, and That's probably what happened. Walt Disney did genetic testing on a
Dogs.
dog and
created a dog human person.
voila,
Yeah.
Goofy. Gorge, Walt.
Oh, that explains Donald, and that explains it. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah.
It's true. It's a true story.
True story facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
Check it out. Look it up.
Just in case you didn't realize that Disney is not a sponsor of this episode.
Yeah, and I
If they want to be a sponsor,
no! Can't have that blood money in our hands.
But apparently, even working for Disney, like the parks, isn't
A good time. No. No.
Allegedly, I've never worked there, but I've seen a lot of people come out and say shit like, when you're wearing if you're a cast member who's in one of the mascot suits or whatever, you have to wear like communal fucking undergarments and shit.
What?
Yeah, dude.
No.
Yeah, dude.
No.
Yeah, dude.
Not happening.
Your gitchies are not allowed to touch the suit. It's like, Mormons. You got to wear magic underwear.
Do I have to wear someone else's?
It's like you put it in a fucking pile and it gets cleaned. Yeah, dude.
I'll just okay.
Yeah, shit like that.
Can I just wear a new pair every day? I used to go buy a new pair of underwear.
Nope.
I know that's ridiculous.
I think you got to put over top of your shit though, too.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, dude. Like there's fucking super strict rules like that.
I know it's crazy hot
It's
in those
apparently
things, and you
terrible
can't
to fucking
get out of them.
Yeah.
And they all have handlers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now there's some cool things, like they have some cool rules. Like I just not too long ago learned about this one. If you're one of those people who's playing a part at Disney and a little kid comes up and hugs you, you can't let go until the kid does. That's a rule. You can't break that. Like you can't make them feel sad that you broke that hug.
What happens if you get some crazy autistic kid and they never let go?
Dude, there's one kid on TikTok that I follow who's autistic, and he goes to these parks like they know his fucking name.
Wow.
And he's allowed to go up and like touch and like grab on and like do his fucking thing like Max does.
Yeah.
To and in front of around these, and they're completely acceptable.
Well,
completely accept it.
That's a good
and
thing.
they all like remember his name and interact with him and stuff like that. It's kind of really cute.
That's
actually.
nice. That's nice.
So there's rules, literal rules like that where you can't.
That makes sense.
You can't offend. You can't. You actually.
What? You're not allowed to be offensive?
But there's rules where you can't. You're not allowed to point with one finger.
Why?
How would you do that with some of those costumes anyway?
Oh, that's true.
Well, no, even as the cast members who are in regular clothes or just dressed in regular themed clothes,
sure.
Right? And just walking around the street with the name tags. You're not allowed to, if somebody asks you where's the bathroom, they can't say over there. They have to like point with two fingers or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
Part of it, allegedly,
and this is kid's eye out.
This is probably I think it has to do with the middle finger, honestly. But allegedly it's because Walt always smoked. And any picture you see of him, they have doctored pictures. Disney did this on purpose, where he's standing there like this and he's talking like this, and they've doctored the cigarette out of his hand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they've gone that far. To
we talked about that one.
Oh yeah.
And that's apparently the Disney point.
Yep.
And that's why they have to do it.
Yeah, they're taking it all out. He never smoked because that's different now.
That's
Yeah,
but not take it out. Just to not acknowledge what it was, and we don't do it anymore. That's all.
Yeah,
why you got to try to erase
It's like
history?
taking out the fucking guns in ET.
Exactly. It's very silly. It's very silly. Like they were there. What? Okay, just acknowledge that it was there. Move on.
Right.
Right.
At this
Educate
point in
people.
time-
This is how people acted with things. Right.
Yeah.
People smoke cigarettes. They still do.
Yeah. Everybody should just watch Reefer Madness.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't know.
Is this a thing? If the answer is no, shut up.
Trying to like erase your history seems very counterintuitive. to
Yeah,
me,
it's
but
stupid.
Whatever. You want
And it seems
their company, they can be as disingenuous as they want. So,
But as a company, do you own a person like that?
You would own how you're representing on the
do you own you own Walt Disney?
I would assume there is something about image licensing rights or laws or something within there that he.
From
probably signed
my
off
perspective, in their park, yes, they can do what they want. They likely own his perspective, that sort of perception. But they cannot and should not be going into encyclopedias, that sort of thing, and demonstrating the history of who he truly is.
Okay.
Like in a park, yes, you could take that out. Fine, it's your park. You do you.
But I think they've even gone as far as like through media and stuff.
like any picture.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Anything they provide out, sure.
Right.
You can
Can you do me?
Of course you can.
Can you do me a huge favor when you post this? Can you get a screenshot of Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse and just plaster it everywhere? Because we're allowed to use that now.
Oh yeah, that's free market.
Yeah.
Now, yeah. No, but I'll definitely put it in.
Just plaster it everywhere. Can we use it for our new Sarcastic Distractions logo? Can we put Steamboat Willie right in the middle of it?
Or just take instead of the Washington Redskins, we'll just do the Steamboat Willie. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Hey, it'll be like that time that band in Edmonton named themselves Metallica just so they would get sent a cease and desist letter from Metallica to get in the newspaper.
There you go. Right.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. Yeah, a little bit of controversy never hurt anybody.
Right.
I guess it hurts some people, but
no, it depends.
Whatever. Yeah.
Depends on the controversy.
Or you can't say
depends on who
either.
you are.
You can't say depends.
No,
That's
true.
Sorry, Life brand adult undergarments.
But yeah, you're right. We can use that image
Mm-hmm.
free of charge, and we can use the first image of Batman now too.
Okay,
Free
right?
of charge. Yeah, I think that's also free market now.
It's gotta be 100 years, doesn't it?
No, it just went up. I remember seeing it like last year, or something like that.
Well,
Yeah, but it's like the first appearance of Batman. It's not like modern Jim Lee. It's with the gun. It's with the, you know what I mean? All the stuff the way
no,
he
I
carried.
don't know, man. We'd have to look into that because I'm pretty sure it's a like 100-year
I
thing.
can tell you. Trust me.
You can tell me?
Yeah.
Trust me.
Trust you?
I've done enough research on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you have being such a Batman fan.
That's the other thing. I would know.
How
About
do you
it.
not
It's
know
only been
this?
85 years.
Exactly. 85. What is the free market use, Dave? What is
Sorry,
the year?
which?
What is it? Is it 100 years or?
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay. thank
Yeah, I actually
We're gonna
have
Google
total
this.
knowledge.
you. Okay. All right. Well, since we're not talking about Disney, we do the Disney things we want to talk about.
Oh, you're the one who's got the sticky note.
Well, I've kind of covered off most of my points. Really. Yeah. Everything else at this point is going to be bullshit opinion.
Bitching about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
How is Disney different than any other production company?
What other production company?
Well,
Any of them?
I
'Cause
think
to me,
they're
everything you've described from my perspective is the same as
Name-
the overall.
Name me a production company that's not owned by Disney and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, no, it's just to me, it's less about Disney per se, and it's more about as a society in general, we're kind of going down that path of
But
erase, wipe, clean, nip, tuck, tidy. I don't know, just yeah.
No.
like even
I disagree.
Deadpool.
Where do you see that in other?
Just in
forms of
general, like it
society?
seems across it all, where it's not just so Disney. Yeah, we'll
But
take
Disney
certain
has nothing to do with this woke bullshit that's going on right now.
ones.
It's literally Tinkerbell sprinkling her. Speaking of Tinkerbell, apparently
I
she's
know.
not allowed to be at the fucking parks
I
anymore
know.
either.
Bullshit.
They fucking erased Tinker fucking Bell.
hottest fucking chick, and you're not gonna let her in the park.
They fucking erased Tinkerbell because her fucking yeah. Anyway, it's Tinkerbell fucking sprinkling her little fucking fairy dust on all of this shit that fucking Disney owns.
Right.
It's not the same.
If I
with
owned it,
other-
I'd put my dust
But-
on it too, because I own it.
No, it's taking a proper like.
Okay.
It's
I can here. Let me.
I'm st-
You know him better.
Let me-
You talk to your friend, man.
Let me give you an example. Okay. Typically speaking, when a company, let's say the difference, if you will, another company is to release something, if let's say there was a negative reaction by the fans,
Mhm.
typically they adjust their product for the fan base.
Of course.
Right. Disney does not.
Okay.
Disney blames their fan base.
Okay.
Right. I think that's where the issue's at.
So since they act outside of what you consider normal, they're bad.
Well, no, that and the fact that they're losing money and they're closing down parks. Yeah, I think that makes them a bad company.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't personally.
But so they made the choice.
Yeah.
And it didn't work, but they made the choice. Like we would make our own choices that sometimes don't work.
Right.
Okay.
But what are you going to get again?
if M&M's made Smarties, they wouldn't make Smarties taste like M&M's,
Yeah.
right? It would be a different product made by the same company. Just like Coca-Cola makes fucking Canada Dry, but it doesn't taste like Coca-Cola.
Right.
They don't market it like Coca-Cola. Disney does that to everything they own. They fucking take it and they Disneyfy it.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
they try to sell through the simple name of
And
Disney.
that's the problem.
Okay.
No, they don't try to sell through the simple name of Disney. They're trying to sell the image of their product on all of their products.
They're
Like,
trying to keep things
brand it.
consistent to ensure the branding stays the same no matter what particular realm they're selling in.
Because Disney is child friendly, something about the Deadpool marketing is going to have to be child friendly.
Okay.
They're going to want to market Deadpool to children.
Because they own all the rights to it.
No, because they're fucking Disney and
hang on. They're making the choice.
Because they're Disney and they're a children's entertainment company.
Okay, so they're doing what they own the product, the image, everything, so they can.
But that's what makes it poo-poo.
Okay, because you disagree with it coming out in that manner.
Because it shouldn't.
It's not. It's objectively an inferior product to what they produced previously.
So you're not going to go watch the Deadpool.
Oh, that movie different, yeah.
No,
really.
The point of using it, as an example, was they're taking something that was at one point so extreme,
right?
Disney farted on it,
right?
And now it's not as extreme as it was,
right?
Because it has to appeal to, or potentially appeal somehow, in some way, in some form of marketing
to a larger number of people
children.
To earn a profit. This seems to make sense for an organization, a company.
Yeah, from a company standpoint.
But one company can offer two products that have nothing to do with each other.
This is true, but they have a base. Everybody wants to go see this, and if they can open up the market, get rid of an R rating as an example, and make it something else in which more young people can bite in, they get a higher value, and as a company,
but they
make more
don't.
money.
Right.
But they don't, because they've tainted that thing which once made that money.
Here's a good point.
Just like Star Wars. The entire time we've been talking about Star Wars, ever since Disney got their fucking hands on it, the quality's gone down and their revenue for it went to shit.
Well, and again, I from my perspective.
So don't do that.
Just so you know, this show, The Acolyte, that just came out, the third episode, as an audience score, was lower ranked than the holiday special.
Oh, okay.
The Star Wars
worst ranked thing of Star Wars ever.
Not even Star Wars ever. One of the worst ranked things of all time in life ever.
Right. So that's what we're saying. Fair.
All time
just
ever.
trying to say,
And it was up until Disney fucking bought LucasArts,
right,
that this holiday special would never see the light of day. You couldn't find it on video. You couldn't find it on TV.
Literally aired once.
You couldn't find it anywhere. Disney gets it. You can buy it on fucking DVD now.
Yeah.
And then they produce something that's worse than that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that happens with any company organization. So because of whoever was writing it and what they did to it, that made it bad.
I think we need
essentially.
I think we should start a new podcast called Devil's Advocate, and Dave's going to be the host.
I think so. We should do that.
Just, I don't disagree that from your perspective, Disney has gone down. It's just as a company, which again, one of those horrible things, they're an entity. They are making their own decisions on how they want to market the product going forward.
Right.
Which is to me no different. Let me please finish. And which is no different than any company making the decision on, you know what, we're not even going to try to sell to the 13-year-olds. We're going to go full fucking R all the way up here and just see how much we can blow that gate, like the show you always mention.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
But also doing,
which is the Disney perspective. They don't think they should.
No, it's not the Disney perspective.
No,
the Disney perspective. The Disney perspective.
They can make Deadpool.
Let me finish.
Fair enough.
The Disney perspective is, this is us. This is what we stand for. This is what people recognize us as. So let us throw that on everything we buy and everything we own.
Right.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
When you go and watch.
So because they felt they could with Star Wars, it made it shit.
And again, my opinion, the first three are, in 1, 2, 3 are worse than 7, 8, 9. But that is my opinion.
But just because,
even 9,
just because
really?
you can.
I like 9.
Just because you can buy a gun and shoot somebody in the face doesn't mean you should. Right?
No, that's correct. But as an organization, they can make that choice.
I understand. That's fine. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
And they are doing whatever the fuck they want.
But they shouldn't.
From your perspective.
From a lot of people's, from
Fair
shareholders' perspective.
But here's the thing.
They're a company. They're trying to make money.
Wait. If the goal of a company, which I'm assuming for Disney, is to make profit.
It definitely is the goal.
And I'm going to assume the goal is to make their shareholders happy, right?
Well, through the profit, but of course.
So a metric being that the fact that their stock has dropped lower than $100 for the first time in...
Oh, yeah, they're doing rough as a company.
That objectively means they're doing poorly.
Correct.
That objectively means they're a bad company towards their shareholders and making a profit.
Yeah.
To the point where they're selling off things and trying to rearrange things to continue.
They are learning and trying to adapt based on the market evaluation. Yes.
And they're going to sell Star Wars to Universal and it's going to get better.
Oh, Lord.
You don't know.
Hey, they've already
never
got the
happened.
one wizard boy.
That's not
They can
happening.
have the other wizard
That's
boy
not
too.
happening.
Hey, they have Marty.
Oh.
They have the wizard boy. They have the shark.
That's true. That's true.
These are all wonderful things.
Yeah, Universal rarely misses. Think about it.
That's all I'm saying. So if
Think
Universal
about it.
bought Star Wars, if fucking Disney
That's
sold it to
true.
fucking Universal,
Universal.
yeah, I mean, we'd have time
Even
traveling
both-
sharks in
Even
space.
both their Hulk movies were good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first Hulk movie.
I
that
did
came out,
too.
the one with all the comic
Holy
panels. The
shit,
angle,
yeah.
That was fucking great.
Fucking cool. The only thing
I
that was
felt
really
like that's how
weird.
you should have told that story.
I know. The only thing that was really weird was the kind of fight in the water. It was like, oh, I was a little bit
I
strange.
don't
But
remember.
whatever, that's fine. It was a great movie, though. Really fun. And then even the Edward Norton one was also fun.
But then they absorbed that into
I
the
know.
MCU, right?
Yeah.
That story, that canon.
Yeah.
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 So, yes, Disney's doing what Disney does and whatever. I think when you said, well, what I guess is the difference between them and any other company, I would say their size of the market share. I would say that they are, by every right, a leader within the business. That is what I guess separates them. If what they're doing, dictates the market, I think they have a responsibility to do it better. That's all.
Yeah, what he said,
That's all.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Dave.
Okay.
Right. Try things, do things different. That's cool. And I'm never going to oppose other people's storylines, but also, if you're not catering to the base fan base of a particular brand, what are you catering to? Right. What are you making it for?
You want me to answer, or
Because
I'm asking, yeah,
from
legit.
a standpoint of somebody who thinking about it from the company's point of view, it's like, this was good, now it sucks because we did something wrong, but we're going to keep doing that wrong thing. We're not going to. And how do you make money that way? Right? You're not bringing anybody new in,
Right.
because it sucks.
Right.
You're not bringing anybody old in because it's not
They don't want to see
familiar.
it. Yeah, exactly.
And it sucks.
Right. Yeah.
How do you make money that way?
Yeah.
That's a bad business decision.
Yeah. I think
Right.
that's where they're at. That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I am asking you legit.
Go back to
today.
drawing fucking anthropomorphic animals. Be gone.
If you want to add your corporate 2 cents in, please.
You got to extend the market. You got to increase the product so you can hit more people. Otherwise, you have to increase the price to ensure you make the profit.
And I agree, but the people aren't accepting what they're giving because what they're giving is shit. It's not the quality it once was, right?
Well, I guess.
And that's a poo-poo thing, especially for people who are so passionate about things as Marvel and Star Wars.
Yes. Yeah.
And those
And because of
properties
these changes, you're not going to watch it.
Most things. No. Actually, I have stopped watching most of.
personally
Anything.
yeah.
I think the last thing Disney I watched, and I watched it online, was the deleted scene from the Marvels, just so I could see her going to see Beast and the X-Men. I was like, oh, okay, that's all I saw. But I also, like I said, these aren't products for me, and I recognize that. That being said, I am very excited for Deadpool Wolverine. I'm hoping that's going to be a great film.
I think it boils down.
But I have a hard time believing it's going to be great after that.
I think it boils down to your inner child also being sad about the fact that the things you loved aren't for you anymore.
Sure, that's true.
Such as Star Wars.
We're still the
such
market.
as
I disagree. They make toys for us.
We're still the market.
Yeah,
I don't
I
remember
mean,
the last time I bought
They're
a,
trying to extend
a
out.
Disney
Yeah.
toy.
yeah, and those Data Toy Street Fighter figures. Let me tell you,
But they're not Disney.
No, they're not Disney at all.
So
Yeah, I mean, but again, like I've never really felt like.
right, you're bummed out because they're handling a property that you loved so much.
Yeah,
Star
I guess
Wars,
so. A Marvel,
A Marvel
pretty
with
poor
such
care.
poor,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean, when I think of Marvel doing that, fumbling things in the past, doing like the Spider-Man Clone Wars and other elements that weren't
You know that awesome
great.
Spider-Man TV series or that movie that came out back in the 80s?
That's great. They fumbled the ball. I guess there is some sort of nostalgia, but it didn't feel like there was any sort of main reason why it was bad. Like it wasn't like some sort of a
It just made me sad. Marvel tried the 90s.
They sure did.
They tried so hard.
They sure
Captain
did.
America, no, bad movie.
No.
The Punisher, no. You can't use the name.
shut up. That
You
movie's
can't use
great.
the name The Punisher in the movie. You can't have the iconic fucking. You can't have anything that represents him as a Marvel character.
Yeah.
But pay us money.
Yeah. I know.
To have a movie that would have just been a good Dolph Lundgren.
I know. It didn't have to be the Punisher.
Didn't have to be
I
the
know.
Punisher
Yeah.
slapped on that.
So funny. Yeah.
Daredevil.
Oh yeah, they tried everything. Well, it's because that Hulk TV show was so fucking popular, right? Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno, and they were like, "We
But I
gotta
think
capitalize on
I think
that."
it was popular for a different reason, though. I think it was popular not because it was the Hulk, but because it was a well-written drama show.
Yeah, it was a fantastic show,
Which came across in the Ang Lee movie.
right?
That's why that movie was so good, because yes, this is a tortured, sad
character
human going through all of this
living
stuff.
an absolute
Not
shit
a
life.
Hulk smash.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to argue about Disney some more? Anything else we want to talk
Yeah,
about?
Dave, you want to argue anymore, Dave?
I have a suspicion of what I would be told.
No, I don't want to make you feel bad, Dave.
Oh, I don't feel bad. It's just I agree that there are always products, properties, all these things produced by any organization that are just holy shit, that was bad.
But how
this
do you,
happens.
How do you justify a full year of flops?
So they should give
It was
up right
just a
away.
year?
Pardon?
So you should just give up right away.
No, I'm just saying.
How's our podcast doing for a full year?
Well, that's different.
Should we just give it up?
We're not owned by Disney.
We're definitely not owned by
That's what I
them.
mean, though. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I guess.
I would say
nobody's
this.
saying give up.
Here's
They're
what I
saying
would
try
say.
harder, do better.
That's for sure. But here's what I would say. If, let's say, somebody was giving us money to influence us and change our show, I would say, yeah, let's give it up. It's not worth it to do it unless we're going to do it our way.
Initially, we'd probably just say no, and we'd continue doing it our
Yeah,
way.
yeah. You know what I'm saying, though, right? Like,
But if there was an outside party who said, "Now this is what you have to do,"
right, then
I would. Yeah, I'd be with you.
Yeah, like it just doesn't
You-
make sense.
You can't say "fuck" on your podcast anymore.
Oh,
I'm
wow,
out.
we
I'm
can't
out.
do it, you
I'm
know?
out.
Shit, what was the name of the movie?
You can't use the word
based
Dave
off the
on your podcast.
Saturday Night Live. They made the two movies.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. That's what we're talking about right now.
Essentially.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Our podcast is
I will not be governed by a gelatinous cube.
We got $5,000. We got $5,000.
Oh man, back when $5,000
I
meant
know.
something.
Jeez. That'll be nice. Yeah, but I think from that perspective, yeah. I mean, we would probably hang up our hats if we were that influenced and not want to fucking have fun doing it.
If they were influencing us to do something we didn't want to do, but if they were like, here's a bunch of money to keep doing what you're doing, okay.
I'll take it for sure.
Sponsored by.
Speaking
Coca-
of,
sponsored by Disney.
any sponsors, any of
That
our
would be
30s of fans out there that want to sponsor us to keep doing what we're doing, we are happily accepting applications right now.
Culture shock kombucha. What?
So I will just throw out though, so we're just going to keep doing the same thing over.
No.
Okay, but we're never going to try anything new.
No.
Okay. We'll
We're
just
always
keep doing.
going to try new things, obviously.
All right, but so when do we decide whether those new things are actually working?
I tried Ethiopian food not too long ago. That was new for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it?
Really good.
Nice. That is
So we're
good.
going to keep trying.
Yeah.
Dave. We're gonna
But no,
keep
that's what I
trying
mean
new
though. Is
things.
it's just there's always that.
I tried a new
I
Spanish.
tried masturbating from the back the other day. It was new. It was new.
Wait, did you
That's
just
why
say-
you called and asked me for Robaxacet.
Exactly, yeah.
Makes sense. Dude, you're not 20 anymore.
I know. I'm feeling it. Let me tell you what.
You can't give yourself an underhanded trombone.
Oy
Can't,
vey.
can't do it.
All right, nice. All right.
Yeah, let's try to sum it up. But to your point, yes, companies are going to company, right? They're going to do what they do. They're going to try new things. They're going to try, and they're going to succeed. They're going to fail. I think, like I said, from my perspective, they don't seem like they're the same company they once were. Regardless if they were or not, it's all entertainment. Do what you want, baby. Go make your own shit. Go make, if you want to go make a bunch of shit to appease a fan base that's not me, that's okay. I'm okay with that. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but appease a fan base. And
Like Dave said, they don't have to. They can do
They're a
whatever they
company.
want. They can do
have to
whatever
make
they
money.
want.
Yep.
Disney.
I've always understood companies have one job, and that's to make money.
Correct.
They're not making money. So that's
but
the
there's
problem.
other companies that, yes, their job is to make money, but let's take Virgin, for instance. Richard Branson's whole thing is take care of your employees take care of your customers.
Yeah, that's them.
And you're going to, right?
yeah, that's
Guess what? It's
Make
like
money.
people. There's some people.
Making the money.
There's other people.
There's other
They're
people that want
companies.
to, they will drive their employees like slaves, so they make
Right.
more money.
And
right?
there's people who are shitty people, and there's
Yeah,
people who are
absolutely.
good people.
Exactly.
Absolutely. So again,
Be a
Dave's
good
point,
people and listen.
If Disney wants to do what they do, they can do that, and
Then
that's
they're
fine.
Bad people.
Sure, but I
Fuck you,
again,
Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah, I said it.
Fuck you, fuck you, Disney.
Fuck you, Disney. Fuck you, Mickey.
Fuck you,
fucking
Mickey
Mouse.
Rat. All right. Now we're just ranting and raving.
Fuck
here.
you, Goofy Mutt. Oh no,
Right.
Goofy's okay. Goofy's good people.
Goofy's cool.
Goofy and Chippendale. They're
And
good,
I think
people.
if Donald got some anger management, he'd be pretty
and
cool
some
too.
speech therapy.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of rude that they never helped him out with that.
Right? They get billions of dollars and they don't pay into fucking speech.
And
See?
they say he's a friend. Not the
Yeah,
friend.
no.
No, bullshit.
He does not have a friend in Disney.
He doesn't.
No.
Daisy. Even if she kind of rides him hard.
Because she doesn't fucking understand him.
That's true. That's true.
What
Probably
the
always
fuck
got
are
a
you
headache.
talking about?
The guy's so mad he can't stop screeching.
Right? And Huey, Dewey, and Louie are his nephews.
Right, well,
right. That's so Daisy says.
That's right. Illegitimate children. Yeah, absolutely.
Daisy's fucking around with
The
some
drama.
other duck. There are no other ducks.
There's a lot
are
of
there?
drama behind the scenes of
Yeah, there
Disney.
is.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
There is.
Illegitimate children. You got dogs that can talk and dogs that can't.
Mice that quack for some reason.
That's-
I don't know what's
that's
going on
true.
there.
That's true. The biggest troublemakers are two chipmunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild over there.
Yeah.
Really was Alvin, but anyway.
What?
Alvin was the troublemaker.
That's true. Should we wrap this up?
Yeah,
Probably.
I don't think Chip and Dale actually get into trouble. They just find themselves involved in trouble.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Right? Just like those two fucking gophers in the Looney Tunes. No, after you. No, after
I
you.
love those guys.
Oh, indubitably.
Yeah, they're fun. Yeah.
Uh,
We're
Yeah.
gophers. I think they're chipmunks too.
I think they're either.
Maybe.
I think they use those characters and then just slap your gopher, your chipmunk
Probably.
on the.
But
you
know
live in
what?
the tree, you live in the ground.
I just saw a gopher the other day. I'm like, you're right. You're probably right. But how you could fucking mix those up with chipmunks?
Yeah,
is
right?
fucking crazy. It's a giant difference. All right. Any more, folks?
I know.
All right, let's wrap this up then, shall we?
Cool.
And you out there, what are your thoughts on Disney? You like a conversation? Do you agree with me and AJ? Do you agree with Dave? What are your thoughts? We want to hear from you.
Find
Let us
out
know.
next week on Dave's new podcast, Devil's Advocate.
Or just let us know your thoughts in the comments wherever you're listening to us, or on a Discord server, or on all the other means that you can find us in our description. If you like what we're doing, please drop us some ducats in our Buy Me a Coffee link and help us out. Keep the lights on, buy some bubblies, all that fun stuff. If you're not feeling well in the mental department because you watched too much Disney Star Wars, or for whatever reason might be getting it to you, we just want you to know that you matter, not just to us, but to those around you. And if you can't speak to anybody about the things that are bothering you, we're going to have some links so you can seek out the help that you might need. But until next time, I've been Harvey.
I'm Dave. That was well done.
Gosh.
Fuck yeah.
Did you hear that Mickey and Minnie are getting divorced, though?
Oh, no.
On the ground that she's fucking goofy?
No.
Nah, brum-pum-pum. Nice.
And that's been AJ. Just like that, you got yourself sarcastically distracted. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Peace.
Bye-bye.
I know.
Hello, I'm Walt Disney. Thanks to some old-fashioned magic we call imagination, right now, we're leaving the world of today behind. So if your imagination is ready, here we go.